Would you just please tell us your name and some remarks about your involvement with the demolition or because of the demolition of Pennsylvania Station?
I'd be glad to. My name is Stanley Judd, and I became involved because Pennsylvania Station was a grand, dignified, serious, and harmonious railroad terminal. And I, as a young man, born in Brooklyn, who had, but from my years in college at Cornell, I used Pennsylvania Station to get there, come back from, and a judicial clerkship that I had in Oregon following graduation from law school, and for summer vacations. I'd lived all my life in New York, and I had never seen anything like Pennsylvania Station. Many years later, I saw some drawings by Piranesi, and they reminded me of the isolated, haunted quiet of its immense and weighty pillars, marbled lobbies, and staircases rising to or descending into who knows where. And all this was just the introduction to the station, a great interior square under a sawing glass ceiling. So when I learned that an effort was being made to save Pennsylvania Station from being demolished, I offered my help. I really hadn't remembered much of this until recently when I was contacted about this commemorative event, where I went down to the storage closet in the building that I live in Washington, D.C., and went through some old files that had followed me from place to place. And looking through these files, I sure enough found a file marked Agbany. And I looked through it, and I found letters and other documents concerning the effort by Agbany to save the station. And I've given those documents to the New York Preservation Archive Project. One of the things I did, I helped draft a complaint to the Public Service Commission demanding a hearing on the proposed demolition of Pennsylvania Station. And then I also, as an attorney for Agbany, wrote a brief to the City Planning Commission in opposition to the granting of a special permit for an arena of 25,000 seats on the site of Pennsylvania Station. That would be the new Madison Square Garden. The Public Service Commission responded to the complaint in a letter that stated that to the extent the complaint was prompted by aesthetic considerations, which, given Agbany's title, Action Group for Better Architecture in New York, the Commission assumed was the principal motivation for the complaint. So the Public Service Commission concluded that because the motivation the complaint was an aesthetic complaint, the Commission had no power to act in the matter. The letter went on to say that while the Commission, of course, was concerned with the adequacy of the service to be rendered the traveling public, in the absence of some substantial reduction in such service, the proposal to demolish Pennsylvania Station did not require the Commission's prior approval. In other words, the Public Service Commission was of the view that the demolition of a public edifice that gave dignity to travelers, elevated their spirit, and enhanced their departures and arrivals did not constitute a substantial reduction in the adequacy of the service rendered to the traveling public. That was the attitude at that time. That was the attitude of people in the various bureaucracies and, to a large extent, a large part of the public.
Mr. Judd, thank you very, very much for your most sensitive and informative remarks.
Thank you very much.